Come join the Chira Project. Become a full-time family member for life. Join the madness, and where things just might get weird. Now, here's your host, Chira.
Hello, world! How are you doing today? Are you feeling alright? This talk show, like always, is unfiltered. So if you're offended by any of the content, we do apologize. Also, we are not responsible for any factual or fictional urban legends claimed to have been witnessed or experienced by other people. Come on now, we all know when we talked about the El Chupacabra, it was in the news 2 days later. We did not plan that. Anyways, please help me welcome in my fabulous co-host, Richard Zom.
Hey, how's it going, freaks and geeks and Radio Wave listeners? It's good to be back on another episode of the, I guess you can still say it's under the category of Bedtime Story Series. So I'm happy to be able to do this one with Chira. And I'll pass it back over to her.
And he's going to give you guys your recap of the week.
Alright guys, put your ear to the speaker to your ear, because you know I don't want to repeat this more than once, and that's how we do it. Recap. Last week, we had to replay an episode for you guys, a very good episode about La Llorona. And the whole reason why we had to do that is I was, at that time, still really sick and under the weather. I was fighting off bronchitis and a fever. And even today, I still have a little bit of a cough. And Chira's actually fighting off allergies and such. So she's a little under the weather herself. But next week, we're going to be throwing in the episode about the boogeyman for you guys. That's going to be awesome because everybody, and I mean everybody, knows about the boogeyman.
Yes, absolutely. And I even mentioned this on our Facebook page. I gave you guys an updated status last week, mentioning that we had the episode recorded up until my computer decided to take a dumper. So, needless to say, this is the second time we are recording this. Cross your fingers. I'm hoping all goes well and we can actually get it up, because honestly, I don't want to have to play another repeat episode.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're able to get the new episode up and recorded and posted for you guys, because since we had a couple extra days, we were able to do a little more information on the category of today. And today we're going to bring you guys the legendary, the scary, the man who's been from reported sites from Egypt, Brazil, and Germany, and now here in America because he got popular over a movie, a old TV episode from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and of course Slender, the video game. And yes, I just gave it away for you guys. We're talking about none other than the very scary man, the Slender Man, also known as Verdov from Scotland as the Dark Man. In Dutch, Takenman, referred to as Branch Man. And German, one of the coolest folklores I've read about the gentleman, Der Groman, the Tall Man. So it's going to be a good, freaky episode.
Yes, and he's also known as Slendy or the Operator.
Yeah.
But
that operator sounds freaky. It's almost like a conductor. I don't know.
I know, right? But a lot of you guys requested for us to do this episode.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know, too, as we give you this episode, because it's a very good category selection you guys gave us, and we're talking about the whole folklore and history of Slender Man. Just to give you guys a really quick side note, based on the video game, if you want to go have a couple laughs, you can go check out Dashie, Dashie XP, all together, it's one word. He's an awesome comedian and video maker on YouTube, and he actually has his own episodes out with animated cut cut scenes and sequences of Slender Man. It's a very funny thing he does. Slender Man's like this hustler out in the woods. It's to die for. I definitely recommend you guys check it out.
Yes, definitely. And a little side note for you guys. Slender Man actually made room and gave birth to none other than the guy we are going to be talking about next week. That's right. It is none other than the Boogeyman.
Yeah, I can see that happen. Germans can have Der Groman and Dutch Takenman and the Scottish Verdov. But we get the American version of the Boogeyman.
Yes, definitely. And if you guys have watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, then you know the Boogeyman all too well.
Yeah, well, the Boogeyman Nightmare Before Christmas is awesome. Now, come to think of it, since my brain's putting two and two together, since my brain is firing on all cylinders this morning, since I was smart enough to have breakfast before we did the show, if you put your thinking cap on real quick, Chira, you have the Boogeyman in Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, doesn't Jack Skellington kind of look like the Slender Man? I'm just saying.
Yes, you think about it. Yeah, he does.
That's a little freaky. Tell you, man. Tim Burton was on it. The man does his research.
Mm-hmm. So I suggest y'all go watch The Nightmare Before Christmas tonight.
Yes, always a good watch. Always.
Yes, definitely. But anyways, back on to the segment of the show for Slender Man.
Yes.
So yeah, he did make room for Boogeyman, like we said, and we'll talk, more about that next week, and even how children have special enchantments that protect them, such as teddy bears and all that. We'll talk more about that next week.
It's not enchantments. We have special defenses. Defenses.
Well, however you look at it or say it.
Exactly, man. My teddy bear was on point. He slapped me. Don't you come near him. He's sleeping. That's right. Me and my teddy.
Yeah. Okay. So where did the legend of Slender Man come from? It comes from as far back as ancient Egypt, or even further than that, maybe in the caveman times, but honestly, there was no document of no such thing at that time, only in ancient Egypt and Germany. But in ancient Egypt, there is a symbol of a man with no face and multiple arms. Could it be the iconic man, Slender Man? We don't know. But it reminds me of an episode. It reminds me of the gentleman from an episode that Richard mentioned. At the beginning of this show, of an episode called Hush from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's probably one of the best episodes they did in that whole series. For me, it's a personal favorite. Very creepy and very eerie because it's a fully silent episode. And yeah, the gentlemen, as they're referred to, who were the creatures in said point on the episode, they were all dressed in black suits and black and white suits with a black tie. Very creepy looking. Made no sound, but were very vicious in how they killed people. And they always had like a sadistic, sinister, satisfied look on their face. And a really cool thing was, probably about a year and a half now, at one of the Comic-Cons, I actually met Camden Toy, the gentleman who played one of the gentlemen on the series. Like, he did all the makeup and stuff like that. It was really cool. I mean, the way he did it was fantastic. But yes, that kind of BS happens. We were already watching the Slender Man before we knew who the hell Slender Man was. It's not right.
Yes, definitely. And there have been reports of the Slender Man in 2011, 2009, 1986, 1983, and 1999.
Yeah, those dates are all relevant because of the popularity of Slenderman as it took off from, like I said, from movie references, from TV show references, from Slender the video game. When Slender the video game came out, it was like a very scary game. I personally played probably about 10 minutes of it till my chicken butt syndrome came in and I couldn't do it anymore because it was eerie and very scary. But after that time period of when it came out, this is when it became the big thing. Everyone was like, "Who's Slenderman? What's the Slenderman thing about?" So it redid the whole folklore and brought it back to the surface, and people are going, "Well, who the hell is Slenderman?" Now you guys know he's a very scary dude who wears a certain tie, and if you're a little child, you're gonna die.
So beware.
Stay inside.
Yes, beware. Beware.
Exactly. I think now, like, if I'm ever unfortunately blessed to have a child, whether it be a son or a daughter, probably if it's going to be a daughter, and she's going to try to sneak out to go do something. So I just let you know, dear grandma, talking man, Slenderman, he's out there. I've already talked to him. He already knows your name, your cell phone number, and where you live. You go outside at your own risk, he gonna mess you up. Either stay home, wake up, study, go to school, or go ahead, ditch. And I may not see you again, but that's okay because I won't have no more bills to pay in your regards. So do it. Go outside. Go outside. Hang out with Slenderman. I dare you.
That kid is going to have issues.
Jacked up. Yes. Jacked up. Jacked. Taking Prozac by the bottle full. I'm going to have Costco-sized prescription bottles for my kid. They're going to have their medication in the Pez dispenser. Wake up every morning, walk into the kitchen. I'm going to have it in one of those cereal dispensers. Going to turn the knob, grab their pills, take them down, and then be on their horribly paranoid and schizophrenic way.
Oh my God. See, things, nowadays never change. Like the horror stories that our parents, heard were messed them up, and then until they had, us, it kind of messed us up, and then you see the vicious cycle going. It's a vicious 360 cycle. It's a never-ending cycle.
Well, I mean, even for myself, I get tired of having to defend myself when people are like, "Well, what do you mean you don't like horror?" I never said I didn't like horror. I do enjoy horror. I'm a big fan of it. But I'm also a very big bitch when it comes to horror, too, because I can't watch a lot of it. I openly admit that. I have no shame in my game doing so. I can still like it and be afraid of watching it. If you guys can't deal with that, I'm sorry for y'all. Bless you for having a more jacked up and dysfunctional brain thinking all that stuff's okay. Now, here's one thing I find very funny that I've talked to my horror friends about, and it still pertains to the whole category of Slenderman. I've had friends literally tell me, "Man, what do you mean you can't watch horror and stuff, bro? Like, I can do that all day long." Now, what's funny is they can watch horror, they can watch poor innocent people getting dismembered, cut to bits, blown up, magically cursed, you name it. A whole gauntlet of sick, you-know-what. But they sit there going, "Oh, but if I see a dog or something get hit or beat up, I cry," and I'm all like, "Oh, don't do that to them." So you mean to tell me you have no regard for humanity, but you're more worried about a canine that gets kicked in the horse? Are you freaking kidding me? You don't care if people are dying, but don't you dare hit a dog on TV. Are you serious? We're talking about people's lives here. Oh, well, they're dumb enough to be in that situation. An animal don't know no better. Oh, like the person in the horror movie was just like, "I know what's going to happen. I'm going to walk in here anyways because I'm badass. I ain't afraid of no entity, no demon, no. Walk up here. He better realize, quit tripping. I'm a human. I'm going to walk up to this house, do whatever I want, walk around naked, take a shower. He ain't going to kill me." Yeah, we're totally in there doing that.
And watch, he ends up being the first person to die.
No, I mean, no, not me. I'm gonna be the last person because they're gonna have to catch my butt. I'm gonna be running. They're gonna be like, they're gonna stop about halfway Scooby-Doo style and go, "I can't believe that big dude can move that fast." I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be a crib Chris Farley, fat Beverly Hills Ninja. I'm gonna be moving.
Dun 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 dun.
I'll be out Kung Fu Panda style. Gone. But anyways, to jump back on there for you guys, since we get off topic because we're infamous for doing so, but you guys love it anyways because you watch our episodes. But to touch topic on what Chira said initially, yeah, there has been reports of him in Egypt. They said they have come across hieroglyphics around 1300 BC in Lower Egypt with references to Thief of the Gods or Thief of Cook. It's commonplace during the reign of Pharaoh Wasner. That's I'm pretty sure it's not Wasner, but that's what it's spelled like, so that's how I'm going to say it. But they're saying that there's actual carvings representing the, I guess, this whole thing that went down. They said they found somebody trying to rob the Pharaoh's tomb, and it was this gentleman who I guess is now a reference to a Slender Man who was down there, taking stuff that didn't belong to him. But it's kind of strange to know that they actually have hieroglyphics pointing back to the Slenderman days, and they also have hieroglyphics that point out that we've had extraterrestrial life come visit us. And I'm not going to jump into that because that's for another episode on a different series we're going to start up here on the Unexplained for you guys. But just let your brain stew on that a little bit. I think this stuff all has a big tie-in, and it's one huge, giant, underground paranormal conspiracy. Not the government, but our own curiosity. And then we also have, Chira said, they said they've had reports of it being in caveman period. I haven't come across that. I guess she has a little different detailed information I do, but I do know that there's an article I came across saying that they have had early sightings of it in a cave in Brazil. I'm sorry, they've had reports of it in a cave in Brazil, and they're saying its earliest argued reference to the legend is within the cave paintings found in Serra da Capivara National Park in northeast Brazil. To any Brazilian people who are listening to my show, I'm sorry if I messed up the lingo, but Brazilian, or I guess Portuguese, whatever it is you guys talk over there, is not my native tongue, so I apologize. But it said that it's reported back to the 1900 BC era that they show paintings of a strangely enlonged character leading a child by hand, but it makes no references to if he can extend his appendages or anything, but that sounds pretty close to who we're talking about with it being Slenderman. So, I mean, for me, that's freaky. So, now that you guys start paying attention to things, cave paintings, hieroglyphics, unfortunately for us, I believe this stuff has been going on a lot longer than we actually realize. This stuff has been on the planet for a while. Anyway, I don't believe in it. Myself, I don't believe in it to keep my sanity, but I'm intrigued by it because there's proof of it being around, so that kind of puts a little scare in me. Doesn't make me exactly freaking happy. I don't think I'll be walking late at night in no freaking woods without a 12-gauge shotgun and a flashlight, but that's me. Now, to jump into it, the next segment for you guys, we're going to go into the German folklore behind it, Der Groman, the tall man. Now, Germans are notoriously awesome for being able to bring scary eeriness to a story. Now, for me, with me having a German background, it even scares the daylights out of myself. The tall man is referenced to being a fairy, he can be a gnome for all I care because he kicks it in the forest. But it's one of those things, he's supposed to be this man who's dressed in a black suit. He's supposed to be 6 foot tall. He's supposed to be able to extend his appendages to far past those means to all the way up to, they said, 34 feet. So the man's a walking scaffold. He can go from, the floor of a building to the top floor of a building if it's under 30 floors. That is just scary. I don't ever want to come across something like that because I'll push him. I'm sorry. If I see another dog, no, you don't. You're going, right over, man. You're right over. Land your butt on the other building across the street. Get out of here. But yeah, Slenderman, just to give you guys a little bit of the more of the folklore on it, I guess the whole reason why this guy is an evil, very mean, vicious, just sick, sadistic person is in the German folklore, they're saying that he was beat with a log, stabbed with a 2-foot stick, hung from a tree, and then after he was hung from a tree, he had his arms, hands, legs, and feet pulled out of their sockets. So they did some very sinister and evil stuff to him. But the reason why they did, and I recommend you guys go read up on the German folklore, is they're saying their hypothesis about it is the reason why he was killed in such a degrading and horrific manner is they believe that this legend of the Slenderman, they see him to be a possible pedophile or child molester because he only goes after kids. He doesn't go after anyone over a certain age or anything. He just has this group bracketing of liking to go after kids. But now since they tore him up in that evil way that they did, now he's snatching everyone's kids left and right because he's very, very mad. And I'm pretty sure I would be too if I had my sockets pulled out of its body once I was killed, because that's what you call overkill. And yeah, that's pretty messed up sounding to me. But you know what? If you're doing something so heinous and it's factual and it's proven, well then, you kind of got yourself in that situation and you're going to pay for it dearly. Because a lot of people don't like creepy ass stuff like that going down. Okay, now I gave you guys my thoughts on it. I told you about Der Groman, the tall man, and I gave you my thoughts on the Americanized Slenderman based on the video game and stuff and all. But now I'm going to pass it over to Chira so she can give you guys some her details on it. So Chira, your thoughts, please.
All right. Well, the Slender Man is a mythical creature, often depicted as a tall, thin figure wearing a black suit and a blank face. According to the legend, he can stretch or shorten his arms at will, and he has tentacle-like appendages protruding from his back. You know what that reminds me of?
That's just nasty.
Well, he reminds me that he could be half human and half octopus.
Ah, true.
Yes.
The legendary octopus demon from Greek mythology that we're going to talk about in yet another and different series here on the Unexplained.
Yes, definitely. I mean, because just to give you guys a brief reference to what I'm talking about, have you ever seen the Pirates of the Caribbean, the episode where you see Davy Jones as half human, half octopus? That's what this legend here is saying that he looks like.
That guy has to be an offspring of Chira.
Yeah,
he has to be. I mean, he looks badass, but I'm just saying, the man's a walking octopus. That's just no.
Yeah, I mean, he could very well be, an offspring of whatever you just said.
Yeah, I guess Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants can also be descended child.
Yeah.
He's angry enough.
Yeah, definitely.
But what trips me out, Slenderman does all this crazy stuff, and here's me throwing my comedy aspect in it. Why would a guy be that mad? You have incredible height. You have these awesome abilities to stretch and do all this crazy, freaky Mr. Fantastic stuff from the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards type stuff, which is awesome. But, dude, you're iconically known as Slenderman. Do you know how many Abercrombie and Finch male and female models hate your ass? You're like the perfect model size for anyone. Mm-hmm. You're iconed as the Slenderman. Get over yourself. You're like a fashion industry blockbuster, dude. Be happy that you're a legend.
Right?
Knock it off. I wouldn't be called Slenderman if I was a folklore legend. I'd be called Fat Man, because that's what I am. I'm a chubby little fat guy. Well, not little, but I'm a chubby big guy. So be happy you got an awesome model name, you selfish SOB.
Yeah, but it also says, depending on the interpretations of the myth, the creature may cause, and you guys might get a trip out of all these symptoms that the dude can cause. memory loss, insomnia, paranoia, coughing fits. He was nicknamed Slender Sickness.
That's just called anorexia nowadays and dehydration. See, what she's talking about, I'm telling you, this is all model symptom sickness. It's all like, I can't eat, I gotta shoot, I gotta make sure I cut weight, I can't drink so much water. See, this Slender Man, I got your MO, dude. Wow. You're like a evil modeling director. You go after people, I'm gonna give you slender sickness. That doesn't sound exactly eerie. I mean, everything that Chira's talking about that she described, he causes all this. I mean, he causes so much more. He can cause disorientation. He can cause paranoia, anxiety, hallucinations. The whole gamut of things that can happen to you, whether you've not eaten, you have diabetes, or you have taken some type of drug and now you're hallucinating. So, yeah, pretty much, I think Slenderman, all he does, you know what, Chira, now that I think of it, I think Slenderman, all he does is he follows kids he sees taking medication. He goes after the kids that are on Prozac and Xanax and all that stuff, because he knows he doesn't need to do much. He's just going to go trip them the hell out, because he looks scary, and then he's going to pick them up and walk away. There's not a huge special ability. He goes after the kids of the nation who are on medication. The man ain't joking nobody. It's a smart, educated, and awesome move. Kudos to you, sir. Bravo, you found a loophole.
See, the man knows what he's doing.
Yep, he ain't dumb. He's an educated killer. Well, yeah, sorry for giving him that kind of praise, but he's an educated, he's smart. He's smart. Less work, less effort, easier day.
You know what he reminds me of? Lizzie Borden.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to be another one that's going to be fun to talk about in one of our different series.
Yes, definitely. I mean, come on. We all know the background of Lizzie Borden. She was accused of killing her parents, and then she got off scot-free.
Yep.
The bitch knew what she was doing.
Just like a woman. She's like, no, it's not my fault. It was a bad 7 days from my cycle. I kind of went a little loopy. I'm sorry. They pissed me off. They had to die.
Yes, definitely.
No excuse. Just because you're on your period, Lizzie Borden, doesn't mean you have a 7-day excuse to go kill your family. Crazy woman.
Definitely.
Tie you to a barn outside, you're gonna be crazy 7 days. Like, you stay out here, you're 7 days, crazy woman.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your Aunt Flo she gotta go.
I mean, you see a lot of similarities with a lot of these, legends, serial killers, cartoons, video games, and even Hollywood.
Well, see, what's more freaky about Slenderman, right, is he's known his main target is forests. The guy's like a Boy Scout. He wants to be like freaking Smokey the Bear. He goes and hangs out in the forest. That's his main area. Just so happens that the forest is also the main area for every freaking horror monster that's ever lived. Yet it be Yeti, Sasquatch, Chupacabra, Jason Voorhees. And they're all what's up? Did all the monsters decide to get together one day, go camping, stay out there, and just scare the crap out of people who want to go camping too? You selfish bastards.
Probably.
We enjoy the forest too. We want to go fish and have fun in the creek and everything. Hey, no, we can't. Got Slenderman walking around in the bushes. We got Jason on the other side going. What the hell, man? I can't go enjoy my own forest. That's wrong. You know you're wrong. But to talk about Slenderman, they say, if you see him in a forest, you don't acknowledge it. You turn around and walk away. Hey, check it out. It's like every other horror movie we've ever heard of. You see it, you don't acknowledge it, you get the hell out of there. Yes. Mm-hmm. Main logic. Turn around and book. I mean, book. Don't even just run. Like a deer. Just bounce out.
Yeah, definitely.
But in Slenderman, it's like his main hunting grounds. He likes to go after people in the forest. Like I said, kids and everything. So if you have kids out there, don't let them go past the tree line. Durr. If you want them to be safe. Now, let me drop some knowledge on you guys about Slenderman. Not only does he go after kids and is his main target, this dude has become evil and vicious. You have the symptoms that he can cause to you to make you go loopy and lose your flippin' mind, which makes taking you out a lot easier to him. But this dude is epic creepy. We're talking about he'll stretch his fingers out and run them down your throat, being that you're still alive at this point, choking if you have a gag reflex. He'll go down your throat with his fingers, stretch out and elongate his arm to get inside you and squeeze your heart or rearrange and disfigure your organs. Or if he's in a better mood, he won't go down your throat. He'll just go invasively into your body with his long, crazy-ass elongated fingers that are probably like scalpels, because he reaches inside you and rearranges your organs and messes you up because he gets, I guess, kicks out of doing something so sinisterly heinous to humans. But again, we messed up for jacking him over and killing him in a horrible way. So now he's what you call paying it forward. Yes, we are dumbasses. We kill things that we don't understand in a very heinous way, not realizing that there might be repercussions.
You know what that reminds me of when you just said, the dude goes down your throat and rearranging your organs? The dude sounds like Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. See how you start paying attention to it and you let your mind start clicking, you see so many similarities.
Yeah.
It's fantastic because each individual story is all legendarily different, and it's amazing if it's written very well. Mm-hmm. But there's still one main focal point, and that main focal point is y'all jacked up in the head, you sick bastards.
Definitely. But what just still, I don't know, it just blows my mind because he can be compared to the octopus demon, Jack the Ripper, Lizzie Borden, let's see what else.
Sorry about that.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah. It's a whole cultural melting pot of just horror and folklore and fairy and all that craziness all melted down into one. Mm-hmm. But see, that's the awesomeness of it. We have this huge, literally, planet of crazy stories and stuff that borrow off each other, kind of like the movie industry now. But that's why we have these awesome stories to tell you. Not only are they so similar, but the fact is some of them actually have truth tied into them. Slenderman has truth tied into him. There's been accounts. There was a journal that they said they found in Germany that has an account of him being spotted taking someone's kid away from their home, and the parents weren't able to do anything as far back as 1702. I mean, that's crazy. There's actual accounts of stuff like this going on. I mean, you guys got to be aware of this. Most of it, it is fun-loving horror, just junk we like to talk about, but it's crazy that there's actual events that happen. Lizzie Borden actually happened. Jack the Ripper actually happened. Slenderman, hey, crazy enough, there's actually evidence of him being real. People said they've seen him. People have lost their mind and done crazy stuff and not knowing what they were doing because they were under his allure or spell, if you would like to say it that way. But I mean, there's an account. There's the Henderson Horse Farm incident in 1953 in Polk County, North Carolina, which is scary because my sis lives in South Carolina and she better be briefed up on this subject because nothing better happened to my niece. I will powerbomb your butt if you do. Okay, to go back on it, Polk County, North Carolina, there was a situation there with the Henderson family in the since the mid-1800s, they said they've been having stuff like this going on. But by 1953, the farm owner, Ted Wilcock Henderson, at 41 years old, with his wife, Judy Henderson, at 36, and Tracy Henderson, his 6-year-old daughter. On the morning of June 15th, neighbors called local police complaining of hearing screams and loud sounds of gunfire originating from the property. All right? Sheriff Clint Dennerman and 2 deputies, Dan Parks and Chris Fine, arrived at the farm at 8:34 in the morning. They found the horses in the barn torn apart, almost if they were attacked by wild animals. Now, this is a account by the police giving their statement, right? Mm-hmm. Inside the main house, the reports state the presence of fresh blood throughout the living room, kitchen, and hallway. Now, Ted Wilcox Henderson was found in the bedroom, barricaded behind it. He had furniture barricading himself in, right? Mm-hmm. His wife was dead next to him when a shotgun blasted his chest. He was holding the shotgun, right? Wow. Now, Dan Parks, the deputy, goes on to count the report that says Ted freaked out, had this crazy look in his eyes. He seemed to not realize where he was or what had happened. He didn't know where his daughter was. He couldn't answer anything. So what it turns out was Slenderman, I guess, gave him those symptomatic, brainwaves of altering his mental state and freaking him the hell out, making him see stuff and everything. So this poor guy gets charged for murder, but lands up having to go to a mental hospital because even though they tried to convict him of the crime, he was in such a catatonic state in his mind for being scared, poopless, which I don't blame him. He landed up having to go to a mental hospital for like 2-3 years, and then he finally was able to come out with accounts of what had happened. He said, it was a skinny fellow in a suit looking at me. He was trying to take both my wife and my daughter. He supposedly said he begged Judy to shoot at him or whatever. So then she couldn't do it, so he did it. But not knowing in his brain, he actually took a shot at his wife and not Slenderman. But it's crazy stuff like this. It's accounts that we hear and read about like this. This guy messed with this dude's head, had him accidentally shoot his wife, and took his kid. Mm-mm. And the kid's never been found. Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesomely creepy, eh?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Now, to go on with this poor guy, mm-hmm. not only did he go through all of this, right, in the mental mm-hmm. hospital, they had to restrain him because he started freaking out and banging his head against the metal table they had in the hospital. Don't know why they had a metal table, but okay. But like stuff like this that went down, he was still suffering from brain and mental issues, right? Mm-hmm. They say later on, around 3 o'clock in the morning on July 16th, only a day after he gets thrown in the slammer, and he's still freaking out, right? Mm-hmm. Ted was found in his room, dead.
What?
Apparently, he escaped his own restraints by chewing through his own wrists. And he died because as he was chomping on himself, right on, you're a zombie, brother, he chewed through his main artery.
Ew.
Yep. Tasty snack that won't bring your life back. You pretty much cannibalize yourself to the point of you kicked over. And again, they said, they found out that he died this way and that Tracy Henderson, his 6-year-old daughter, her body was never found. There's photos, apparently, of this that were taken of the Henderson farm incident. Now I have to go check these out because I want to see what they're talking about. But they're saying in these photos, a suited man is standing in front of the stables. Some claim it's Slenderman. Yeah, okay, when they have stuff like this in the news that happened in our time period, okay, hats off to you, Slenderman. I ain't messing with you, bro. You're obviously real. You've done some freaky stuff, but man, talk about being effed up. Do you think you've had enough time just like Doña Llorona or La Llorona and Bloody Mary? Do you guys honestly think you may have had enough time pass? And I'm going to mention Candyman as well. It's time for y'all to pack it up and go about your merry effing way. You've already done enough destruction. I think you've had your fill of it. At least give us a gap period. There's other folklore, legend stuff. Godzilla himself, even though a movie's coming out,
Gayaka!
Yeah, we get these time periods of when you guys decide to go to bed for, a few centuries. It's called taking a break. You take a long break. Disappear for about 1,000 years. Give us a freaking time period to relax, man. You guys are you're overdoing it. Now you guys have become Americanized. You've become greedy and needy. That's what you all did. You have an appetite you can't fill because you've become obese on your power of being death and destruction. And now it's going to end up messing you guys up. Because if you kill us off too quick, you're not going to have anything else to kill off. I got y'all. Mm-hmm. You got to treat it in a correct, time-sensitive manner. Let the population breed enough so you can go back to work. Because if you kill us off too fast, there ain't going to be no work left for y'all.
You're right.
Tired of this.
Here's an idea for y'all. Go to freaking therapy. Get help.
Yes.
Move on.
They need a bunch of help.
Go to the light.
That's just... and then it goes on to say it was in Sterling City, Butte County, California. Our own back door, California.
Uh-oh.
Between 1986 and 1987, they said there was a bunch of Slenderman activity during this time in Sterling City, where there's a small number of photographs that say that he's either kind of appeared in, or you see him in there. But, it just so happens around this time period, 14 children went missing. I don't think it's him in the photograph. I think it's him actually doing it, and you caught him in the process. 14 kids go missing, and you guys are more worried about, he's in the photograph. I'd be worried about the fact that 14 kids went missing.
Right?
You serious? You guys see a Slenderman in a photograph, and you go, oh, wow, that's really strange. That's kind of creepy. He's in the photo. And then it just so happens 14 kids go missing. Oh, I don't need a lot of information to go, I think these are connected. That's just crazy. But here's where it gets interesting. 5 months later, the body of one of the children who went missing, 4-year-old Joseph Pertman, was found in a Great Swamp Nature Preserve in Kingston Falls, New Jersey, by Sheriff Jim Stoltz. Okay. From California to New Jersey, they found one of these kids, right? Missing. Early signs of stages of decay, right?
Yeah.
Indicating that he was alive for at least 4 months after his disappearance. But when they found his body, guess what? It was in a bizarre, contortioned state. Either Slenderman got bored and shrunk this dude down or pulled him apart like a slinky, or he was trying to make another Slenderman.
What?
Yes. That's what they're saying is the official cause of death. He was in a bizarre, contorted state that caused the internal injuries causing his death. Okay. You a freak, brother. Killing them is one thing. Twisting them like they're a soda top, you are just jacked up. I mean, messed up. Right? Not only that, as these as these kids go missing, right? Still in Sterling City. April 21st, 1987, there's a rash amount of animal mutilations now being reported. I think he's still there. Durr.
Yeah.
So they're finding cats and stuff that have been disemboweled, mutilated, and contortioned. Now, cats can normally flex, but you have to do some serious damage to a cat to twist him to the point of you cause his death. Well, see, there's stuff like this that freaks me out. You guys, 14 kids go missing in your area. Now, only a year later, you start having animal mutilations. Right? Then a couple months later, you have more reports of stuff going down. Some guy reported that, what was it, his 10-year-old daughter and his 8-year-old daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids went missing because supposedly she was hugging the tall man outside her window. What? 8-year-old and 10-year-old. And one of them is seen hugging the tall man outside the window. Okay, little girl, you have to be jacked up in your head if you think it's okay to go hug a stranger in the middle of freaking night wearing a suit and tie. And he didn't disclose identification. You are jacked up. I'm sorry to say, you got what you deserve. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity damn sure killed the child in this instance. And I'm sorry you passed away for making a very dumb decision. Well, see, it's stuff like this happening in our own backyard of California in a time period when I was born in 82. And stuff like this happening. No, man. No. Man, parents, what's up with you? Don't discount folklore legends. You were taught the same ones we're talking about. You better believe stuff like this is happening. We have actual reports. There's actual evidence. They have cops that have been on scene that documented down all these freakiness and stuff is happening. You can't take it lightly.
Yeah.
Because if stuff like this is saying, well, they're just crazy people. They don't know what they're talking about. They're from a rural city that doesn't have access to things like big cities. They're not all on drugs and stuff like that. They're bored people who have nothing else to do. And guess what? Horror monsters and stuff like that like going to those locations because they can't be seen. They're not going to be taken serious. And they're going to kill your ass. That's why I can't go live in the country. I will be defensed up to the teeth. So just chew on that, our fans and our listeners. Slenderman, he ain't no joke. Real accountability.
Yeah, and apparently he can teleport at will.
Okay, now that's just cheating. now he's getting Star Trek on. Oh, now it's not enough for you to be in a Ford. Now, see, you've become a lazy American. I don't want to drive. I want to get there quicker, faster, sooner. Whatever you do, technology, move it up. Lazy, man. You serious? You can teleport? That's just so effed up. I'm like disgusted enough as it is. I'm not discussing the fact he's been doing this crazy stuff. We've already been given enough of information. We've been telling you guys enough information. There's actually accounts of it happening. I'm mad at the people going, oh, there has to be something to explain this. Yeah, the effing dude's real. That's what it is. Or somebody out there getting all crazy. Man, see, this is why at times I have lost hope in humanity and Americans. We don't take stuff serious when we need to take it serious.
Yeah, definitely. For him to teleport at will, it would explain a lot in how he's in so many places at once, all the time. He could, be in the UK, and then over here in the United States, and then in Egypt, Germany, Canada.
What I'm starting to think it is, I think it's kind of like the episode Hush from Buffy. I don't think it's one guy being Slenderman. I think it's a group of individuals being Slenderman. They might even be some of the best contortionists a circus has ever hired. But for them to be in so many different places at once, yeah, you have a team of dudes doing that, bro. I love comics. I know not all comic heroes are real. You being able to teleport? Nah. That's still something that Star Trek's trying to bring to life. He can't teleport, bro. We can move particles from a different room, but we can't move a whole human being or a whole entity of evil. So I don't know about the teleporting. I think it's more feasible that there's probably more than one of them out there, and they do their whole, we'll make you believe there's more than one side here. You'll see us over here. You see us over here. You clever man, you.
That would, explain, why he's in so many different places at once.
Yeah. Well, see, play into that. They're saying they've spotted him in several different places at once. But there's one actual place where he's doing his kidnapping or killing, right? So that means these other guys are just the stand-ins. They have the look and they have the presence there to keep that fear and that allure alive of going, oh man, he's everywhere. Technically, in a sense, yes, but there's only one main dude doing all the killing and creepiness. He just has partners in crime, per se. That's one of those things that's like, wow, you know, like, this dude's smart. Very smart. Very creepy. Very eerie. And all I want to say about that is, oh, hell no. I'm not down with that. It's messed up, man.
Yeah.
What you guys... See, the thing about you horror dudes, check me out. Give me a moment of your time, being a fan. Now, I'm not talking you guys down. I love what you guys do. I love the horror element. I get a kick out of it because you guys are pretty crafty and ingenuitive with how messed up and torturous you are to the human beings. But here's the thing I don't get. 9 times out of 10, you guys are killing innocent guys or innocent girls in their testosterone and estrogen-fueled years. You selfish bastards won't let them get laid. 2, they're innocent people. Not doing nothing, no care in the world, just being free willy nilly. I know you're mad, but damn. And number 3, you guys don't do enough. How about stop going after innocent kids, innocent adults, innocent teenagers, and start going after all these crazy-ass criminals robbing people and kill. How about go after the killers that are taking your work? That's what I'm saying. Go take out the guys that are making you look bad. Can't you go after criminals? I'll give you list of names. We have websites that will give you list of names and records of people. It's called a criminal database. You guys can literally look it up on a computer at home, make a list, make a plan, and go handle it. And stop messing with us poor innocent people. You selfish SOBs.
Yeah.
Go kill the criminals that are doing the messed up killing. You guys can kill the bad with the bad, and we can all be happy. Because you guys will never get bored, and we will never have to worry. Just a thought. Might be kind of cool you guys did that. Give you more street cred. I'd be down for it. I'd be like, I'm safe. I live in a neighborhood protected by Jason Voorhees. I can walk the streets safe at night because I know he's going to try to kill the guy who's going to try to come kill me. That's just food for thought, you guys, please. All the horror monsters, you guys listen to that, pay attention to that. Go after the criminals doing the killing and leave the innocent people alone. You actually might feel better. You might actually find it, how would Chira say, therapeutic? Might be a good idea. But again, I digress. It's just an idea. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying. I'm down with what you guys do, but it's time to change. Slenderman, it's time. Man, how about you put 10 pounds on? So we don't have to call you Slenderman no more. Go on a vacation. Come back later. Do something. I mean, I love talking about y'all, but man, once I start reading about what you guys did, whoo! Like, take a break, man.
It's a different story.
To coin a certain movie, enough is enough. That's it. Enough's enough. Take a break. Go on vacation. Us regular people who you scare, we go on vacation. Because if we don't, we're going to turn into serial killers you are, because we're going to try to go after our bosses and stuff that drive us crazy. That's why we take a vacation. So we come back and go, I don't have to kill nobody. But again, like I said, just food for thought. What do you think, Kira?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, why do you think everybody, goes a little loony from time to time and go out and start bang, bang, shoot 'em up the place?
Yep.
Go and take a vacation.
Yes.
Get help. Yes. Go to therapy. Join a therapy club that is for all you guys. For all you monsters.
Yes. We love you, y'all. We love the whole folklore and legend. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what you guys do. I'm a big fan of it. But I think there's a better and more constructive way for you guys to do it.
Yeah.
Even if we see, Slender Man is one of those type of guys where I'm like, the army should recruit this guy and go drop him over there where we need him. But like, dude, they're not going to see you. And if they do see you, they're dead. You can slide through there. You can go into these little underground caves and holes that they made, the tunnels, and you can go get these guys. Go take them out. Put horror monsters on the payroll because they can go take care of it.
Yes, definitely. All the horror monsters should definitely join the military because your asses get to be paid to kill.
Yeah.
You'll have a license.
They only need two guys, honestly. They only need two guys. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees can be like the muscle if stuff gets too crazy and they need the big dudes. They can bring out the muscle, Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. But they only really need two guys, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Slenderman, because he's ingenious with how he does his thing. Mm-hmm. And two, Freddy Krueger.
Well, what about Candyman?
Not so much Candyman. He's good, but
he's not that good.
Freddy Krueger and Slenderman. No offense to Candyman. I love you, brother. I'm just diabetic. I can't give you enough credit. Sugar, you can't do it. But all you need is Freddy Krueger and Slenderman to go out into these countries where we're having these issues. Because one, Freddy Krueger's going to make the guy go crazy because he's in his dreams. So either he's going to kill him that way, or he's going to make him so freaking paranoid he ain't going to be able to do nothing. And Slenderman can be anywhere. This guy can go outside and just, it's it, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about the female horror monsters?
You know what? They can probably do real good too. They can let's see, the Siren Sisters or Succubus. They can do that whole allure thing of getting a guy entranced and be like, yeah, she looks like everything you wish for and everything you dream for. Guess what? You're gonna die. We don't need that over here. Send them over there. Go take out all the bad guys. Go for it. Go. Just go.
Yes.
Leave us alone over here. Just go. Go. Just go. Yes.
Mm-hmm. They need to send all the horror victims over to, like, Iraq.
Yeah. Let's go take it out.
Yeah.
So when those other guys, not to be making fun of them, and I'm not going to play into the stereotype, but when you have these crazy dudes running at you, going crazy with their war cries and stuff like that, you can run after Jason Voorhees with your knife, but when he runs after you with his machete, you're going to see a big difference.
Run!
Beheadings to Jason are one of his favorite things to do. If we send him over to a country where beheadings are kind of the norm for punishable crimes and stuff, he may never leave, which is a good thing. Yeah, Jason, you go ahead, stay over there, bro. Mm-hmm. You want to be like judge, juror, and executioner, and you want to decapitate people, you go right ahead, just stay over there. And knowing us, the U.S. military, we're going to give you one of the best, most awesome machetes the U.S. military has ever made. I mean, this thing's going to be awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, that's me. I'm just saying. Enough's enough. Slenderman, look, man, I love you. Your work's crazy. You're a crazy guy yourself. All the horror monsters. I love you guys. But that's enough. Stop going after innocent people and start going after the bad people. If you did that, you would have even more credit in my book. Slenderman, I'm telling you, man, look, real quick, I'm going to pull you aside. If you have this thing with kids, you got to get yourself into therapy. Or else you're going to become one of the best episodes of Law & Order SVU ever made. Mm-hmm. Now, number two, you can't be doing the MO of Michael Jackson. That man unfortunately passed away. He was one of the most notorious child pedophiles ever, aside from most of the people in the Catholic Church. And I'm not saying it to be mean to Michael Jackson. I loved his music, and I still do. But there's no way that guy was as innocent as they say. Now, you're definitely not as innocent as you think. But we've already had our own freaks with these issues. We don't need you here with yours. Go back home. Go back to Germany. Stay over there. We're going to revoke your working visa. Sorry, bro. Gotta go. Mm-hmm. Just saying, gotta go.
Yes, but for more fun information about Slender Man, go on over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Chira Project, and there'll be a blog post about the dude, and you can read up about him, and towards the bottom there'll be several links. Plus, on the blog itself, there are actual pictures of kids and Slender Man behind the kids, and then their story.
Yes, definitely check out our Facebook page. Go after the information that Chira said that we're going to be putting up there. I know we didn't cover as much as we could because there's a vast amount of information on all these folklore legends we go over, but that's why we give you guys these links so you can go and read up about it. If you enjoyed listening to our show, you can go do your further research by reading the articles we're going to put up, because there's only so much me and Chira can put up in an hour, and we got to put the horror and humor element in there for you guys so you can have a bunch of fun. But I had a lot of fun doing this episode about Slenderman. I can't wait to do the episode about Boogeyman because, like I said, that's one of the ones that we all know so well. But I hope you guys liked this episode. I had a bunch of fun doing it. No disrespect to any of the horror legends I talked about. I love every one of y'all. Just don't come after me, and we'll be all right. With that being said, I'm going to pass it back over to Chira, and I will see you guys on the next episode.
Yes, well, we are out of time. Thank you guys for tuning in for us tonight on this very special episode of the Slender Man. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and we will talk to y'all right here, same place, same time, here next week. Until then, peace and love. Bye, everyone.
Well, that's all the time that we have. But join us again next week where things just might get weird.